Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Archtraveler. In this week, I travel around a various design studio in Hong Kong. Today, I visit our former HKIA president's studio. Today, we will talk about one of his very interesting project is the Kennedy Town swimming pool.
We find that the site is a long triangular piece of site. And also they are not equal angle. We have a 90-degree and then with a long sort of straight side facing the tram wall. So and also the add more challenge that that swimming pool site have to be divided into two phases. The phase 1 will accommodate an open pool. The indoor one, which is in phase 2, will accommodate one standard swimming pool and two play pool, including one jacuzzi. We decided to have round corners, and also we don't want to have a sharp sort of facade, straight sharp facade all the way down to the ground level. So what we do up on top of the round corner, we have a curved roof and facade. Because of the two DSD drainage reserve within the site, so we decided to lift up the building to sort of set back our building line at ground level by several meters. In the first presentation we presented to the end user, they make a remark, it looked like a seashell, so they thought it was a design concept, but basically it was driven by the site, the accommodation requirement, as well as we just don't want to have sharp edge, sharp corner. And then later, when we presented to other stakeholders, they found out that if we come from the central direction by the highway, they said it's more like a space shuttle. Original idea was to have the swimming pool with positioning back at near the tree wall. And then next to it actually is also our design at the new Kennedy Town station. But then we would like to preserve the tree wall for the community. And we decided to shift the station, Kennedy Town station, towards east by around 100 meters or within 200 meters, such that the tree wall can be preserved. But unfortunately, since the shift of that station, the existing swimming pool have to be provided somewhere else. And that's the reason we have that triangular piece of site. Even though some thinking it's very challenging because of the long triangular shape, whether we can house two standard Olympic pool with all the play pools around it. But eventually we achieve it. That site was planned to be used as for the excavation soil to be removed from the West Island extension, and then move it to the pier next to it, and then ship it out Hong Kong. So even though it was later all decided to have that piece of land to be used as the new swimming pool, because they need it as a temporary site, so they decided that site had to be divided into two phases. One, the phase 1, which is where the open pool located, and then for phase 2 is the free indoors pool. The pool in two go, but during the phase 1, it had to be enclosed. That was one challenge. And then the second challenge, we have to make sure safety and the hygiene of phase 1 pool, which is in use already.
You make the swimming pool, this one swimming pool in two go. How can you handle the water leakage, the problem of the swimming pool and the roof as well?
That was a design challenge, you're quite right. But luckily it's a pre-plan, because we are not, designing the whole pool and then suddenly found out that we have to divide it into two phases. So in terms of the waterproofing, we are very carefully planned all the detail for the metal sink roof. in terms of where the water will go. And when we have joint, because actually it's a big roof, when we have all the metal zinc roof lapping, we have all the waterproofing detail carefully worked out, including the big cut between phase 1 and phase 2. We have another drainage, we have another sort of waterproofing drainage design at that particular junction. And not to mention, added to the challenge, we have ETFE roof, but it's good for waterproofing and thermal and so on. And we have to come up with a two-way curve metal roof, which can be divided into two phases. Because it's a two-way curve, so we have to carefully plan where the divided line to be, and how to build the phase 2 without affecting the phase 1 operation. You have another sort of design challenge to how to keep the water out from the ETFE roof down to the metal zinc roof, and then down to the so-called gutter. So it's a lot of interesting thing about a two-way curve roof, which you cannot define what is roof and what is facade.
Okay, to make a little supplement on this. If you're a lazy architect in Hong Kong like me, you will just only simply build, okay, quickly is put two swimming pool together and then put the changing room in between two swimming pool, and then you make a flat roof, and then you put the water tank and also the lift machine room and also the AHU pump room, all this E&M pump on the top, because this is the most simplest way. If you care about the aesthetics of the roof, then you may make it a green roof. Very simple, very easy. So in Hong Kong, there's a regulation is for the roof, you need to have a gutter because it's a flat roof. But this building is a curved roof, then how can you divide where is the roof end? And you need to place a gutter. So that is the challenge, is how you divide where's the wall and where's the roof. That's the hideous part. Okay.
That's a fun part.
That's a fun part.
We come up with an idea of using zinc rather than aluminium or other material, because that particular material, they will kind of slowly oxidize and become a standard sort of one unique color rather than random color. So for phase 1, as you can see now, it's a little bit dark than the phase 2. The phase 2 actually took longer to hand over to us. So it was around, compared to 2 years, we have something like 5 years. So right now you see the phase 1 sort of this phase 1 shell is already something like 8 to 9 years now. But the new one is only 2 years, so it will take some more time to allow the phase 2 zinc metal to match the phase 1 dark zinc metal color of that swimming pool, because it's become a landmark as an urban renewal project as well. Because when we developed the Kennedy Town station, we preserved the tree wall, create a landmark for the community. Not just for the community, actually. Quite a lot of my friends, when they visit Hong Kong, they didn't realize it was our design. And they just mentioned to me they want to visit a building which is very unique shape, which is like a seashell or space shuttle or whatever they call it. And I'm really pleased. I mean, the whole team is very pleased about the effort, because it's been recognized by the community and also by friends around the world. So I think, yes, it's a lot of challenges and a lot of effort. And sleep nights, I sleep well, so don't worry. But all the extra effort, I have to say, it pay off.